Folks, we're gonna do the Shogo thing here. We're gonna get this going. Hello, welcome to the Shogo live tutorial, YouTubers. First thing is first. This is gonna be a tutorial for the current strats of Shogo. So there is one section where I'm gonna mention backup strats, but beyond that, I will not be going over strats that are now obsolete. My goal is to present to you the current strats that have been recently used to get like 40-minute and sub 40-minute times. That's my goal. Hopefully it'll work out. First thing is first, I'm not going to cover game configuration in this tutorial, so if you're looking for help with getting Shogo to run, you certainly feel free to @ me on Twitter or elsewhere with those questions, but I'm going to focus just on game stuff. One thing I will point out first is that you want to make sure that your keyboard settings are right. Some of these are obvious. You know, you want to have WSAD set up, or if you have a different one, do that. And then I like to use E for turnaround. This is a 180 key. It makes you do an instant 180. I like to set double jump to space. That's for when you're in mech mode, which we'll get to soon. And then the other one that's really important is vehicle mode, which I set to Q. E and Q very close by. As KZ Fru has said in chat, we will be murdering a few people. You know, we don't know that mother is innocent though, KZ Fru, is all I gotta say. You assume a lot, but... And then the other thing you do is that the default bind for the mouse, this isn't set by default to be left button fire. So feel free to, you can change it to whatever you want. You want to do left button turnaround, you could do that, you know, but you should probably do left button fire. Yo, sup Nate, how's it going? Just left click to turn around. I mean, I don't even use right click. I probably could do something with right click, but it would screw up my muscle memory at this point, so I'm not going to. Welcome to Shogo. Anyway, let's go ahead and get going here. In terms of difficulty, we play the game on easy. Don't worry, you're gonna die plenty on easy. If you really wanted to do the game on a harder difficulty, God bless, I ain't gonna help you there. Alright, so you skip that opening cutscene and then press the key to get in here. And we're in. This is an opening section that's timed, so this isn't going to be time sensitive. Mostly we just have to jump about. We will be getting a laser cannon up here. This is probably the most important thing to do, is just shoot these guys. And this one to the right drops a laser cannon. That'll be useful. Throughout the game, you'll be both in mech and also on foot. And your supply of weapons will stay persistent over time. So picking up weapons now is something that we're going to do for later in the run. I'll be pointing out certain weapons that are very important to get. But otherwise, this section is timed. We have to wait for these guys to run over here. You can see right here, I am transforming. So whenever you see my weapon disappear, that's because I'm transforming, so I don't have a weapon to shoot. So again, B is the default key for the chase cam. They call it chase cam. You can call it third party cam, whatever. I mean, third person cam. But you can see that I'm going into vehicle mode, coming out of vehicle mode. Generally, in mech sections, we're going to try and stay in vehicle mode, just so we can go quickly, because you go faster in mech mode, of course. So here, when this thing lands, I'm going to, as soon as you see the line where the guy says that, do a quick save quick load, so that's F6 and F7, and you can do that as soon as that line starts, and that'll skip waiting for that line to end. There's a few other times we'll be doing that in the run as well. You can see here we are on foot, and this is just a quick on foot section. Grab the ID, head out the door, and then we're gonna just cut a straight line. If you're a real expert FPS player, you're probably already yelling about the quality of my lines, but that's tough. In that cutscene, he mentions regional diagnostics, which is in this level, but it's not quicker to go for that, so don't worry about it. Can you imagine booting up a video game and it doesn't have left fire default? Okay, so we're gonna do a little lesson time right here. Shogo has a trigger, a cheat that you can enter into chat called MP triggers. And if you're confused about any of the skips in the game, I really recommend getting the level and then pulling up MP triggers. And it'll show you what the trigger looks like for activating certain things. This includes door switches, cutscenes, voice lines, all that good stuff. So you can see here that there's a door here and there's this big switch. And the thing I want to impress upon you, viewer, is that in order to activate these, you just have to be physically in them. You don't have to press a key. You don't have to, face a certain direction. You just have to be in them. So here, you might think, oh, I have to walk up to this and like press a use key or something, but you really don't. You just want to kind of just glide past it, and that's all you got to do. And that applies to any trigger in the game for any switch. So lots of times I will be trying to walk into switches backwards just to, save time from having to do other things. Similar thing here. This is a long cutscene. You can see here that we just want to get into this cutscene as quickly as possible. So we're just going to come up here and then just try and back into it. We do have to do this cutscene to proceed.
Reporting for duty, sir.
Good, you're here.
Now that we're in this cutscene, though, we're going to have another important lesson, which is being able to gain control during cutscenes. With two exceptions, in any cutscene, you'll want to gain control by pausing and unpausing. And when you do that, you can do a few things. So you can change the direction you're facing, which is useful so you can be ready to go in a certain direction after the cutscene.
Yes, sir.
And you can also change what weapon you're holding. So for me, I can right now change between my knife and my pistols. This will also be useful later. When you're in mech mode, and I'll point this out when we do it, you can change into vehicle mode. So lots of times there will be levels where we want to gain control so that we can change our weapon and then transform into vehicle mode from the standing mode.
By the way, Commander, you never checked into regional diagnostics.
If you had gone to regional diagnostics, instead of omitting this voice line, he just says a different voice line, so that's not really useful. There's a choice of 4 mechs here. We're going to choose the fastest mech, which also happens to be the mech with the closest control panel. Cancel this cutscene by doing F67, and then when you're walking there, you're going to have to press W again. So you can't hold W through the quick save, quick load. You need to quick save, quick load, and then re-hit W to continue going forward.
Watch your step, hot shot.
As I say, if you're here, feel free to ask me questions, but I am happy to address any queries. I do have chat log, a rare instance for me of having chat on screen.
Well, in that case, I've got nothing to worry about.
Be careful, Sanjuro. You better come home to me.
You won't even have time to miss me. Permission to come aboard.
Permission granted.
So this cutscene,
One hell of a ride.
beginning the next level, is going to be one where we can mash into it. And by mashing into it, we gain control without having to pause, unpause. So here I'm going to switch weapon. I'm going to switch to my laser cannon and then transform.
Make sure you take out any surveillance measures. Don't give them the opportunity to call in reinforcements.
Looks like we got enemy
And then just cut a straight line to the next part of the level.
This looks like the place.
So up here at the bottom of this ramp, there's going to be a guy who's going to pop out. We're going to shoot him. And then go through the bottom left corner of this door. Don't immediately jump after the door or look up. Wait. And then we're going to shoot this guy. So that guy had a juggernaut, which is going to become our default weapon once we pick it up. The way it works in this game is that all your weapons are assigned to different keys, right? So like 1, 2, 3... we don't have 4, we don't have a 5, we don't have a 6, but then 7. And if you pick up a weapon that is of a higher key, it will default to that weapon. So previously I had the laser cannon out, and when I walked over and picked up the juggernaut, that became the default weapon, which I'm going to keep at this time. Around the corner here, so after you killed that guy, you would zoom around in your vehicle mode, and then you would get out of vehicle mode. You can't get out of vehicle. If you're against the wall, it won't let you get out of vehicle mode because there's not a place for you to stand. So I'm going to get out of vehicle mode, and this is going to be the first instance of Samantha Sternberg. If I walked forward, there would be this cutscene right here. But you might notice that there's enough room here to actually get around the barrier. But we have to do it a very particular way. So what you want to do, again, you come up, get out of vehicle mode, get into standing, turn on walk mode. For me, I have walk mode set to caps lock. So I'm going to hit caps lock, and you can see I'm moving a lot slower. And I'm going to inch around this corner and face towards the wall, because I don't want, if I move even a second out here, like even an inch, I'm going to activate this voice cutscene. And as soon as you're aligned with this wall, jump into the corner, turn off walk mode, because walk mode actually affects how high you can jump. Turn off walk mode, jump again onto this ledge, and then jump through this window. And you have successfully skipped Samantha Sternberg. That can take a little bit of getting used to. I know when I was first learning that skip, I activated the Samantha cutscene a lot. So don't feel bad if you activated a bunch when you're trying to get that down quickly. It only saves a few seconds, but it's very swag. And I mean, it does save time. You will be faster ultimately once you get it down comfortably. All right, and then just cut a straight line to the ending.
You're getting close to the entrance. Stay sharp.
Here they come.
So now we're going to continue just moving straight to our end objective. There'll be some weapon shuffling up ahead here. As much as possible, you know, if you see like this rocket, this guy always fires 2 rockets. If you see it coming towards you, make sure you avoid. Most of these enemies aren't going to hit you. So come around here, shoot this guy. This guy is the first instance of the bull gut. The bull gut, I think, goes in the weapon slot 5, so it won't replace our juggernaut. But we do need that bull gut ammo. That bull gut ammo is very important. Take shots at these guys at the gate. That particular guy that's standing by the gate is really important because he has a spider. Get that weapon. Also, if you really need health, you can pick up this health here. It's not necessary though.
You'll need to locate the Madison.
Pause, unpause, transform.
Headquarters in downtown Avernus. You should be able to track Gabriel down there.
We get a cutscene where we meet Hank Johnson.
Very
He of the mother-loving stairs.
You got company coming, hotshot.
Who the hell is this?
A friend of a friend. Hank Johnson's the name.
Which friend would that be?
Okay, so again, we're gonna be cutting a straight line. Here, these guys shoot pulse beams, so I usually do some jumping around them because pulse bullets have splash damage. So here, we're gonna jump up onto here and then onto here. And now the reason we're doing that, I'm gonna go ahead and show you. I'm gonna activate MP triggers again. You can see that there is a big wall here, and that activates a cutscene. If you were to activate that cutscene, it would close a door in here. You can see there's a little bit of lavender in there, and that is another cutscene activation. So this closes a door, and then this activates a cutscene. However, since we're skipping this, since we, you know, again, by doing the jumping that we did, we have skipped that. You're going to see what's going to happen. What's going to happen is that it's going to show us a cutscene to open the door, but the door never closed. So it's pretty... Oh. Did I make a save? How did I die there? When did I... Yo, best tutorial NA. So anyway, I made a save there like a responsible adult. Wow, that guy really beamed me. Right? I did the same thing. I had never done that before, and then I did it at GDQ. And I was so flabbergasted by that. So you can see here, had the door closed because of the door activation trigger, we would have had to go through there, pick up the ammo, and we're on our way. So this door will be the one that will close, but it doesn't close. Cut through here, which is fun. And then we're just going to watch some cutscenes and drive down this tunnel. That bullgut guy in that door never killed me before, and then apparently now he knows I've been making fun of him for months now. This is a good time to use a 180 and go back. And that'll position us to proceed directly out of here, because we're just basically turning around. And so rather than literally using the mouse to turn ourselves around, we're just gonna do a 180. If you watch the GDQX VOD, you may remember that this is the part where I made the joke about 180s with ease. Classic humor. The people demanded it, and the people got what they wanted.
I'm too close. I gotta find another way in.
Bad idea. If they know you're coming, you're as good as dead.
So now we're gonna leave out of the tunnel, but as soon as we get out of the tunnel, we're gonna make a jump to the left.
That ought to take you right to the main communication facility. The access to the ventilation shaft.
Here we go, jump, and then go here. So now I want to point out another thing here, which is that ahead of us is another Samantha cutscene. You can see here that if we go through that, we'll activate a Samantha cutscene, but we don't want to do that. So my recommendation is that use the building alleyway to line you up. So once you're going through here with no friction, you're not bumping off anything, go straight forward and then jump just before you get to the crosswalk. And that's usually what I do, and it works pretty consistently for me. And then hug the building to immediately fall into the end level trigger as soon as possible. This is another cutscene where we can mash into it. Again, take this opportunity to change to your laser cannon and transform.
1 through 4. You have to reverse the airflow in shaft B so you can ride the wind current to the upper level. Right now, it's sucking air into the filters. You jump into it now, and them fans will chew you up good.
I hope you know what you're talking about.
You doubting me, boy?
All right, activate the door. So in this level, what we're doing here, I'm gonna make a quick save right here. Is we have sort of three options for what we want to happen. There is a fast method, a backup method that really hasn't been used in a run yet, and then a safe method, I would call it. So in order to do the fast method, you need I would say over 950 health. Right now I don't have enough health. The way you saw me, I picked up 250 health from those crates over there, and then also you'll be able to get health from critical hits. Critical hits, something I haven't explained yet. And with critical hits in Shogo, not only do you have a potential random chance, completely random chance, not related to hitting heads or anything like that, you have a opportunity to gain health, because when you deal critical hits to a critical hit to an enemy, you get health from it, typically about, I think, 250 health. So here I'm going to be going forward, and I'm going to be hoping against one of the enemies. You have to jump through these if you're in vehicle mode, because you can't just drive through them. You get kind of stuck there. I'm going to be looking for some crits here. All right, so now I got it. So let's say this is like a real run, real gaming. I hit this switch, and what the game wants you to do is go back the way you came and then make a left. But we're going to go actually closer back to where we started. So if we were going this way, I'm going to make a save right here. That would be where the game wants us to go. But we're going to double back because there is a obstacle called the heat rods, which deals 900 damage, and we're now able to get past that obstacle. If you're coming this way, you want to pick up that bullgut ammo. It's definitely a good idea.
Shut off them heating units or you'll fry.
Now what's important here is that you really don't want to get hit by anything. There's a guy up there that's going to try and shoot you. You want to drop down, pick that up, and then go back up. One thing you can do is right before hitting the ground, you can make a quick save, because there's a potential for taking fall damage. And if you make a quick save right before hitting the ground, even if you die from the fall damage, you can quick load and you won't take fall damage when you fall again. So that's one way to make that safer as well. You don't want to make a quick save too high up, because the game might deal 900 damage to you again, which would kill you. Or alternatively, you might get soft lock and just stuck in the air. So you don't want to do that. And then here you want to hit this space and then roll forward. Avoid the spiders and then jump through to here and hit this cutscene. So that is the fastest way to do it. That is, you had over 950 health after reversing the airflow in shaft B, and you just jumped through, took the 900 damage, and lived through it using the resources available. And now there's going to be some alternatives to that. So I'm back here, and let's say I had like 800 health or like 700 health or something. There's another way that we can do this. So here we're going towards the heat rods, but instead of doing the heat rods, there's a guy back here who always drops health. That guy always drops health. So that way you can hit this guy and then come back all the way around to the, oh, well, I'm a dummy. So then you can hit that guy. I'm just gonna give myself, if you're practicing and you need to give yourself extra health, you can type in something like MPKFA, and that'll give you max health and max armor. So now I'm gonna come into here. I've taken advantage of the extra health. I've lost a little bit of time, but not too much, because as you remember, there was some backtracking to get to this shaft. and then I jump down. And also, you don't hit that cutscene, but you can see I died there. So that would be an alternative. And the other strat, the safe strat, if you really got frustrated for some reason trying to make that jump down there, you can do what the game wants you to do, which is deactivate the heat rods. It didn't play the cutscene or the heat rods deactivated. The game usually does not crash, but it did just crash, so don't worry about it. That never happens, I swear. Nothing to see here, folks. All right, there we go. Okay, it's fine, it's fine. So after you destroy those two panels, the heat rods deactivate, which is the intended method of finishing the level. And then we're gonna double back to the closest elevator to get up into Shaft B. Wow. Well, it's a tutorial, I'm cheating. You can do that in tutorials.
This better work.
So again, the same thing, jump down.
Yeah, nice call, Hank. It worked.
And again, when you're rising up here, you want to hit this gray portion. Walk through these areas, and then head to the end. So ideally, if you're going for fastest times, you're choosing the first option. The second option is not a bad backup option if you have it practiced.
On my way.
And if you're really just trying to finish runs and you don't want to worry about how much health you have or trying to fall down a shaft that gives you 900 damage, you can do the safe option. All right, on to our first on-foot section. Hooray. On-foot sections are very deadly. It is very easy to die.
All right, I'm in.
Have fun.
Good to hear it, sir.
So we need a better weapon. We're going to shoot this crate to pick up armor and then pick up this gun. Important note, so this is the first on-foot level. 2 levels from now, there's going to be a level called Escape, which ordinarily would begin with a cutscene where a friend talks to us, but we're going to shoot that friend. It's important you shoot that guy, so be sure to shoot him. Generally speaking, you don't want to leave people alive because they are very deadly.
What am I looking for, Hank?
So yeah, kill all the enemies, but make sure you kill that first friend.
Take you up into the main comm facility.
Hold on to some assault rifle ammo. Don't use all your assault rifle ammo right away. We need it for an upcoming section. You usually do pick up some assault rifle ammo from this guy though, so that can be nice. Sometimes enemies will follow you through there. This door is on a timer, so I'm waiting for this door to open up. Usually it opens up right after that voice line. If you pick up the extra assault rifle ammo, feel free to hit these guys with the assault rifle. You can see there, whenever you see the rainbow hits, the disco, that's a critical hit, and I'm picking up health, which is why I have max health right now, even though I got shot a few times. Cool.
I got the sissies on the run. Find the interference array. And
So up here, the reason we wanted to hold on to some assault rifle ammo is that there is a little switch that we have to shoot through a door. And trying to do it with a machine pistol is a hopeless exercise. I usually ignore that guy to the left. But otherwise, we're killing everyone as we go. A thing I should note about civilians is that it's advantageous to murder civilians in this game because there's a chance they could give you health when you crit them, because you can crit civilians. Pick up the rocket launcher, immediately switch to the machine gun, and then switch back to the rocket launcher. This is unnecessary, but there's a little strat here where you can try and take out that rocket guy ahead of time. I got the civilian, but I didn't get the rocket guy.
All right,
Cool.
what now?
And so we use that computer.
Okay, look for comm control. You can reestablish.
Be careful about making those jumps. If you fall on that green stuff, you will die. So I recommend quick saving. You should be constantly quick saving in these levels, and you'll notice that I'm doing it during the tutorial. Super important to quick save before this door. And you want to be almost pre-fire. As soon as the door starts moving, because the guy will open it, start shooting his feet because he's a rocket launcher dude, and he will 100% blow you up and blow himself up. Here there's a little door. We can do a little jump to skip having to go around to the stairs.
I found the nexus.
And onto this nice long cutscene.
Now.
Hello, Sanjuro.
Hello, Sanjuro. Man,
Who is this? This
the
is a
death screams in this
secure line.
game
How
are
did-
so
It's
good.
good to hear your voice again.
Kura?
Good guess.
I thought you were dead.
I need to talk with you face to face. It's about Toshiro and
I still think I didn't hear it because I think I might have already left the room. But my favorite GDQ donation comment was, I didn't know that Shogo would have more war crimes than Spec Ops: The Line,
Kura's alive.
which is like a hell of a thing to say.
Fall back to LZ Minotaur for immediate extraction, Commander. I'm aborting the mission. It's time to settle matters once and for all.
But, sir, Kura's alive.
Of course she is. Where do you think our intelligence has been coming from?
You knew, and you didn't tell me?
Kura is a soldier, Commander.
So
She
coming
does
up here,
what
there's going to be
she's
two
told.
options
You'll do
to get
well
to the end of
follow
this
her
level. There's
example.
going to be a safe option
Requesting permission to
and
proceed to
a
Maritropa, Admiral.
faster but riskier option. I am going to go over both of them for this tutorial. I haven't done the save option in a while just
sir.
because I've been trying to push for fast times.
Put your damn
But
danger
again, in the
Gotta
interest
get out
of
that pronto. Reinforce the support
in the interest
needed.
of
They
just
got
helping
no
people
security,
get
you better
runs
head
done,
for the
I am
service
going to
tunnel
show off
access
the alternate
over by
route
the
here.
interference array. It'll be a hell of a lot safer.
So I'm going to do the safe route first. Safe route is you just go back here the way we came. Going this way avoids a lot of enemies that have spawned. And also gives us a much more advantageous entrance into this room because they're expecting us to come through that door. And then we go through here,
I found the service
and the
tunnel
end of the
access.
level is in the hatch.
We'll talk about it later.
Be careful, Sanjuro.
But there's a faster way, and the faster way is to go the intended way. Oh my god. Sometimes enemies in this game know you're coming, and they're just going to kill you. And they have a shotgun, and they're going to deal... I should mention enemies can deal critical damage to you. So, that's why you quick save, quick load, because sometimes an enemy with a shotgun will just beam you around a corner, and there isn't a blessed thing you can do about it. So this room has 4 enemies. You can take them out as fast as you like. Sometimes there'll be an enemy at this door here. He's the one that I ignored at the beginning of the level. Through the door. A thing about reloading in this game, there is no reload button. So when I'm using an assault rifle, what I'll do in order to reload is I'll switch to machine pistol and then switch back to assault rifle, and that will reload your gun. The alternative is just emptying the clip, but it's faster just to switch the weapons. So now through this door, there'll be that guy there. Hug this corner, shoot this guy here, shoot the other heavy. There's another guy around the corner here who has killed me many, many times. So then take care of him,
I found
and
the
again,
service
end the
tunnel
level.
access.
I didn't know about Cora. I swear.
We'll talk about it later.
Be careful, Sanjuro.
So the guy I killed at the beginning of the on foot section would have had a cutscene right here, but he's dead, so simple. 3 guys down here. There's a guy with a rocket launcher right here, so be ready for him, because, you know, rocket launcher at that range will kill you. And then just mop up these enemies. Don't be sloppy like me. If you aim up at a 45-degree angle and mash space, you can walk on water. So we just use that to walk on water through this section. You can see here again, I am on the surface of the water.
Great. What
Easy
now?
peasy.
Meet me in the garage. I got an idea.
Climb this ladder on the right side facing right to get out immediately. Shoot that guy. Shoot this tank. Just shoot it. Just do it. And then do the quick save. So as soon as you hear Hank start speaking, do quick save, quick load, F6, F7, and it will immediately end the level rather than... Because normally what would happen there is that you'd have to wait for Hank's line to finish, and then Sanjuro would have a line to say as well, but you also would finish that, so... Kill those guys to the top and wait for Hank to get up here.
Sure is a lot of mother-loving stairs.
I need to exercise more.
So as soon as the door opens, there'll be 3 guys. Hank will usually kill at least one of them. Yo, 69 health, nice. We have to wait for Hank to open this door, so just hang out here. One thing I should note is that if you quick load in front of this door, it has weird properties. It messes with the timing, so I usually recommend quick saving as soon as that door opens. Switch to your assault rifle here. Make sure you have a quick save. There's rockets out here. That guy has a rocket, the first one that I killed. Sometimes that guy also crits me too. Break this window, jump, activate that switch, switch to machine pistol. There's a shotgun guy around the corner to the right here. See, that's why you quick save. Get him, and then head to the end.
Head for NEV Dock 7.
Yeah, warning. Oh, it really does. Okay, there you go. Monolith doing their homework. I think they were from like what, Washington or Oregon or something.
What about Gabriel?
At the end of this cutscene, there will be a few seconds that we can skip by quick save, quick loading again.
Some guys I know are gonna help you get past the CMC. Security's pretty tight with the martial order and all, so it ain't gonna be easy. All you gotta do is
Oh, they are Washington? Okay. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if it was broken Japanese because it would be Monolith using like the, yeah. Oh, all right, well, I think I messed it up there. So pause, unpause, change to the Juggernaut. We need specifically the Juggernaut for this section, and also transform.
Toshiro and Baku may be in trouble.
Oh, okay, okay.
I don't think so. If Koro's alive, then
I
there's a
got
good
you.
chance
I mean, it sounds like what
Baku and
Monolith would have
Toshiro
done.
are too. I've got to find out.
Say hello to Maurice and Toshi.
I like that they went out of their way to license a J-pop song for this
Let's give
game.
him hell.
Shaman, what I do what? I'm trying to make a tutorial, please. So we need to kill that guy in order to, killing that guy prevents a cutscene from looping, and then shoot the ground like right around this crosswalk, and then walk forward into the cutscene. Yeah, how's it going, Sean? If this guy, I have to imagine it didn't, but anyway, drop into here, jump onto that, go up to activate the next cutscene.
Good, now find that dock. You don't want to miss the train.
Jump to the left, and then jump on top to this building here and down here.
Don't miss the train, Sanjuro. The next one doesn't come for half an hour.
All right, switch immediately to your machine pistol, jump onto this box, jump onto the column and up. All right, don't jump out of this window right away because we want to pick up this Ultra Restore. The 200 armor is very useful for survivability. And then back into this cutscene.
Hey, wait! Damn, I missed the train.
Always late. Okay, get inside the storehouse next to the depot. It leads out onto the street. I can give you directions from there.
I'll have actual also use. Yeah, I mean, that's cool. Murder these 2 boys. Shoot this glass out, and then pull your rocket launcher out. Oh, wow! I've never shot that rocket in the wrong place. You shoot it a little left of where I shot it. All right, don't be like the tutorial. You can also admit doing that if you feel more comfortable just running and gunning, but I like doing that for safety. Yeah, I can't believe you always miss the train.
Straight to the Mecca.
Give me a pound of herring. There's a big gate in the way.
All right, head down the stairs to the right of the gate. There's an open-air market that will lead you to a hotel. Look for the tunnel out.
So there's gonna be 2 guys down here. And the 3rd guy at the bottom. I like to use machine pistol for this market section. Cut through the corner. Pick up this thing and then immediately switch back to machine pistol. Switch to rocket launcher. Shoot around the corner. So always quick save around that corner because that guy will just sometimes hit you. Switch back to the Kato grenade. That's key 7. Shoot through the fence to blow up those 2 guys. How big is the cutscene? It's not that big. Like,
Hey, don't make me shoot.
the cutscene trigger is such that if you were able to perfectly and reliably do rocket jumps, you could jump over it, but rocket jumps aren't reliable enough to do that. It is possible to skip that by jumping over it, but it's like not reliable, or at least we have not found a consistent setup. So for this section of the game, the intended strat is that we're gonna go through a window in this hotel to get onto this electrical wire and then jump through that window up there. The way to intend to deactivate the the electrical wires to blow up this box. But we're not going to do that. We don't need to do that. What we want to do, so there's two options here. We can get onto this roof from this, and that's what we're going to do in the speed run. If you're having difficulty with the jump, you can go up here and make a much easier jump onto the roof. We're going to do this. So get onto the windowsill, do a quick save, and you want to jump as you're leaving the surface, so like that, and then do another quick save. There is a cutscene. I mean, there's a cutscene trigger right up there. So we want to avoid activating that by jumping onto here. And once you're onto this wire, you need to bunny hop. So, wait, oh, I just did it. So you want to bunny hop onto there. Wow. Yeah, all that, folks, muscle memory isn't real. Yeah, so you can jump sideways onto it and then jump over onto here. And again, we're doing that to avoid having to blow up that box, and we're jumping out that second story window to avoid walking up to the third story. When you go up here, careful not to get blown off by these blowers. There's two options to dealing with these. You can blow them up, or you can just walk under them. I'm of the opinion that walking under them is better. And up here, pull out your assault rifle. There's 3 guys right over this railing. We're just going to take care of them. 1 guy there. 2 guys up on the railing opposite. And then there's 2 guys back here, but if we just keep running, we should be able to ignore them. Okay, so up ahead, there is going to be a intended skip. This woman up here wants us to save her lost cat, which would require backtracking and doing an entire extra level of the game. And that's in order to get through this electrical fence. But we don't want to do that. So what we're going to do is just murder her. Her husband's going to pop out of the bathroom with a shotgun, and we're going to murder him too. And then all you have to do is go to the back of the house, hit this button, and then jump through here.
Sanjuro!
What's happening?
The CNC, they're all over the place.
Peter Gabriel is still the lead singer for Genesis,
The
truly.
hero is Gabriel, but there's more to it than that. Cothinho...
Kura!
All right, time for the coolest trick in the game. So normally we would go into this nightclub and see some cutscenes and fight some dudes, but we're able to jump over this fence using a rocket jump. Ordinarily, a rocket jump would just kill me. That's no fun. What we want to do is make a quick save, and then we want to fire the rocket and then immediately quick load. The 2 runners that have been doing this, me and Skiller, have found that there's a little variation to this. It seems like his timing for this is slower than mine. I don't know what's up with that, but again, the idea is you shoot the rocket, and as soon as the rocket impacts, you quick load, and that pops you over the fence, and you move on with the level. Don't worry about the ticket stuff. I don't even know what that does.
No pass, no ticket.
Was the thing any different at GDQ? Not really, honestly. It was for me. I keep expecting it to be slower, and it keeps being faster. So I think for me at GDQ, it was like I think it might have been fractionally slower. I don't know, to be honest. Anyway, just run to the end of the level to the train, and that's it. Cool. Immediately switch to laser cannon. Jump. Hit these 2 trains. That back one is the one that opens that door. Regardless of where that truck is, it opens the door. So come around here. You may remember from before Samantha Sternberg. She's here again. And that's her cutscene. Again, I recommend jumping right about before you hit the crosswalk. So that should skip that cutscene. One thing I should note is she's still here. I'm going to show 2 options for getting to the end. So you can jump onto that. You might notice that when I hit these edges that aren't like right angles, so some of these edges, like this one, are not right angles. And if you jump up to them, you can sort of like climb onto them. Let's see if I can find an example. I can do one of these again. So watch me. Yeah, you can sort of like creep up onto them. The alternative route, and also if you don't make this jump, the one I showed before, the one that you can do is jump up to here and then this corner, and then again over this sign. And the end of the level's right here.
Okay, look for Canopy Station and dock your MCA. Catch a tram to Upper Maritropa. Don't be late this time.
Jump onto here, jump again. Hug the left wall here to avoid the rocket. Jump over that guy. Again, we're going to use the trick we just learned, where we're going to clip onto that corner. If you have low health, you want to blow up these cars and get these health pickups. Is that the marathon safe jump? I forget which jump I referred to as the marathon safe jump. But the one that's on the left is like safer just because like if you screw up, you can get back up onto it. I'm not sure. I don't remember which one I was referring to by that. So pick up this health. You want to quick save right before going around this corner because this corner is really deadly. All right, so here you want to jump. All right, I'm just going to give myself health since I have low health in this. All right, so I'm just giving my health. So you come around this corner, jump, and then hold forward and jump again. So I want to emphasize that. So you come around this corner, jump and hit the wall, jump again, and you'll go right onto this. Like, that is around the corner, jump into the straight wall, and you should land on the corner. So again, jump again, and you'll get onto this road and head to the right.
I'm at the station.
And then hit this.
What's Cothenial?
Yeah, Deadly Corners is the sequel to Faulty Towers. It's my favorite BBC program. An important note there, that section right there, the City on Fire section, at the end there was a few seconds before we hit this load screen. And there's a possibility, especially if you're low on health at that section, which you could be, that you will die before the level end activates. If that happens, you'll be placed into a dead man walking state in which half of Sanjuro's body will be in the ground. If you see that, either end your run or reset to your latest quick save, because you will not be able to progress at that point.
You should know that better than anyone. Leave it at that. Rio out.
So I've definitely had a few situations where I've had to quick load. I think I actually had it happen. I had it happen at GDQ that
From Shogo?
I activated the cutscene as I died, which I had never seen before. Literally never seen before at GDQ. Thanks a lot for that marathon luck. That I activated the cutscene as I died, and so I got Dead Man Walking in sort of the weird way where I had died before the cutscene and then the level end still activated anyway.
The front desk is up ahead. Head for the
All
security
right, on
gate
to
the left.
Rescue Attempt.
Shouldn't have any
Rescue
trouble
Attempt
unless you
features
first.
another intended skip.
I'll try to control myself.
This is the iconic shoot the mother skip, I guess.
I'm fine, thanks. Carry on.
So jump through here, hit this button. Now, in order to, there's a cutscene right here that would normally play. So if I walk through this door, you would hit this cutscene right here. But we can skip this cutscene
Go ahead.
by murdering anyone. We don't necessarily have to murder this person. Problem is, let's say we jumped in here and we shot her. There's a guy who spawns around the corner here sometimes. Yeah. And fighting him is slow. So what we want to do is we jump through, we hit the button, we're coming back around, and we murdered her, and we just kept on running. Cut through the windows. And make our way. We have to get into here to open a door. Hit that switch. And shoot any guys who are following you. And head into the elevator. Call it the Batman skit. Break open this window, jump through it. If you're right in front of a window, you don't even have to crouch to jump through it. You can just sort of bump your head through it. Shoot this window open. Shoot the 3 guys down here. Shoot this window. They'll blow themselves up immediately because they're dumb. Pull out your rocket launcher. Shoot through there to take out 2 guys. And then run and gun your way to the end of the level. Hit the switch and talk to Cora.
I knew you'd come. It's good to see you.
If you're
again.
wondering why I'm jumping into cutscenes,
you
it's because
okay?
it's funny.
Yeah, I'm fine.
It doesn't actually have any
Why didn't
value
anyone
for
tell
the
me you were
speedrun.
alive?
They
I just like to
couldn't.
do it for
I've been
swag.
working undercover. My father assigned me to learn everything I could about the Fallen.
What about
You can hear
Gabriel?
Casey
Where is
Fruit
he?
shouting in the
It's not so much
background.
where he
Don't
is,
hurt
but
me, don't
who
hurt
he
me.
is and what he's fighting for. It's much bigger than you could ever possibly imagine.
Make it
Save the
stop,
puppy
make
love
it
for
stop.
later. Those fallen assassins are on their way to the prison area.
Listen, the Admiral has issued
So a few
orders
notes
to
about
protect
having
the
Cora
Capitol.
follow you for the rest of this level.
Against direct orders from the UCA
She's
House
not really
of
smart,
If Toshiro
and
and Baku are
she
really
will
there,
shoot you in the
then I
back
can-
if you're not careful. And she has a
What?
shotgun,
Why
so
the
getting
hell would
shot
he
in the
do
back
that?
is actually like
Not
super
sure. He
painful.
won't talk to me.
Try to delay him till I get back.
I like to pull out a rocket launcher
Let's get
here
out
and
of
just
here.
shoot to the corner. I usually try to hug a wall just to reduce the risk of Cora shooting me in the back. Make sure Cora is in the elevator with you. Cora doesn't handle elevators well. And also make sure she gets out of the elevator. If she's in that elevator when it goes back up, you're pretty much screwed because she'll fall through the elevator and then the elevator will crush her on the way back down. So just have her follow you for the rest of the level. Oh, wow. There you go. There is a guy up here. I usually try to ignore this guy, but if he's giving you trouble, just... Sometimes there are guys over to the right there. The position of these guys will be all over the place, so just be careful. All right, so at the end here, there is a cutscene trigger for a really, really long cutscene, and I hate it. But what we can do is we can get here and jump onto this windowsill and make a quick save and then jump over it. So I'm gonna show you what it looks like without doing the cutscene. What are those tiny little blocks? I think those are other triggers that are like activated by the... I'm not really sure, to be honest. I don't know what they are. They might just be because they're at the end of the level. I don't know. It's weird. Anyway. So you want to do the same kind of jump where you go to the side and jump up. So yeah. So there you go. And then walk to the end level trigger and you end the level without having to do a 45-second cutscene.
So did you and Cora have a chance to catch up on old times?
This isn't the time, Catherine.
Just because I've sworn off violence doesn't mean I won't crack open your head, mister.
Yeah, whatever.
Don't make me come down there.
I admire your tenacity, Commander. You won't be so lucky this time.
All right, we got another cutscene where Rio reveals that he's the bad guy, but that's not really any surprise at all. It is funny to me though that Rio is the leader of Shogo, which is like an evil corporation. So the name of the game is the Evil Corporation, not the Good Guy Squad that we're a part of. Although from what I understand, Shogo is not the first choice for the name. There was a few other variations they went through beforehand.
I'd like to continue this conversation in person.
Goodbye, Commander. I'll send your regards to Kura.
You're
So
going down.
you'll have your assault rifle here. Go shoot this woman just for convenience. Open the door. There's two guys there. A guy to the left. This door will open in a second. This guy will come down the stairs. Two guys in this room. Shoot the one on the left. The one in the middle. Ahead here, there'll be two guys on either side. So shoot one. Oh, shoot. What you should do is shoot one and then the other. So okay, there you go. Use the 180 button. Like a adult, not like me. You should shoot the guy on the left first. Usually the guy on the right doesn't come out that quickly. Guy through here. You need to go up the stairs. You can go up the stairs earlier, but this is my preferred route. And then there are three guys in this last room.
That was too close.
Head back to the pumping station. There's an airship down there. If we can get aboard one of the automated transports, I can reroute the navigational computer to get us down.
But yeah, that's pretty much just a straightforward run and gun level.
Sub-Zero,
All right.
get outta here.
So now we get the level where Hank dies. Spoilers.
There's too many. Hurry.
Pull out your rocket launcher right away. And then make a quick save before walking into this cutscene trigger. We finally have to meet Samantha. And then we want to shoot two rockets and then finish her off like that. I want to walk through that again quickly because I kind of went through it. So there's a cutscene trigger here. So we activate the cutscene trigger, gain control. Oh. And then as soon as the door opens, we hit left click to fire. And then we fire again, switch to our rifle, and finish her off. So that way we're able to shoot her during the cutscene. If you get a few crits, you can really finish her off very quickly with the rocket. When it comes to explosives and critical hits, each tick of the explosive hitbox has its own chance to deal critical hit damage. Yeah, poor Samantha got almost erased from the video game. So you have to activate. I want to see actually what size this is. The cutscene trigger over Hank's body is really weird, and you have to stand by his feet, or otherwise it just doesn't work. So that's where it is. It's very strange. It bothers me all the time. So you gotta stand by his feet.
Hank's dead.
I'm sorry, Sensei.
It's one of the more unusually shaped cutscene triggers in the game.
It's gonna be bloody. So what now? Do you have any ideas?
Get to the airship dock.
As you're running out here, you want to switch to either assault rifle or machine gun. Just make sure you have a full clip of ammo. And then shoot the floor out. And head straight to the end. We're going to, again, pick the same MCA. You always want to pick this right MCA here. All right, so this is cool. This is a level where the strat changed recently. So if you watch the original tutorial and you're like, that strat is dumb, well, I got good news for you here, brother, because this strat is going to be different. So there's a cutscene right ahead here, which we're just going to walk to.
This is as far as you go, Sanjuro.
So Uziel, there are 3 cutscenes in this level. There is Uziel's introduction cutscene, which we just watched. There is an Uziel exit cutscene, and then there is an end level cutscene. Pull out your Juggernaut, shoot him once. All right, so you want to stand over here. So let me. Actually, I'm wondering the best way to show this is. I'm gonna kill him. Okay, so this is what the Uziel exit cutscene looks like. The reason I'm doing it this way is because I want to demonstrate where the I want to show where the cutscene trigger is to give you an idea of where you have to stand. So I'm gonna hit MP triggers, and you can see here that this is where the exit cutscene is. So you want to be moving inside this block when you kill Uziel. So if I go back to where I was before, so what's happened now is that as soon as I killed Uziel, I was moving inside the end level cutscene. And so I was able to activate both of them at the same time pretty consistently. The only risk there, of course, is getting knocked off by Uziel shooting you. But outside of that, it's a safer way to do it, and it's also faster because Uziel's exit cutscene is longer than Uziel's introduction cutscene, and this end level cutscene is longer than both of them. So by overlaying the 2 longer cutscenes, or the 2 longest cutscenes, we're able to save as much time as we can in this level.
I'm not sure. I'll let you know when I get the information. All right, Catherine, I'm aboard.
Get to the navigational computer in the forward cabin. Watch out for security personnel.
Right.
So this is going to be a pretty straightforward run and gun level. You gotta hit this switch. Murder these 2 guys. There's a pack of 4 guys around the corner. 2 guards up here.
In the forward cabin.
Okay, I'm uploading an override code to your comm line.
Oh yeah, don't make me come down there. How's it going, Archie? And then 2 guys up here. You can or cannot murder these guys. More importantly, you want to get to the cutscene activation trigger as soon as possible. This is another level where you can prematurely end the level by doing a quick save, quick load once you regain control of Sanjuro.
What about Toshiro?
is a traitor to the UCA.
MTV, how it's
He's being
made.
influenced by Cotheniel. It's not his fault.
Ryo Ishikawa has provided irrefutable evidence.
Irrefutable
Ryo
evidence.
Ishikawa, he's a murderer and a traitor.
Mr. Ishikawa has been a valuable ally to the UCA for over a decade.
Why don't you ask yourself what's in it for
Unrelated
him?
subject.
Why
I
is
wonder
he
how easy
helping
it'd
you?
be
You
loading
defy high
higher res
command.
textures in these older
Those
Liftech
fools
games. I
don't
don't know.
understand the situation here.
If you defy high command, the UCA will be thrown into chaos and the Fallen will be out of the way. The CMC is already in tatters. Shogo will inherit Cronus.
So this is the line. As soon as he gets to Hands of Murderous Zealots, you can quick save, quick load to end the level quickly. Right there. So
Well, Shogo's up to something, all right. They're massing what looks like a war fleet outside
yes,
the
Sargan.
system.
Oh, okay.
Kura
No, I have
said
not heard of it.
Cotheniel is the source of Kato. Now that must be what Rio's after. We've got to stop him.
All right. So this is a fun on foot level. Head around to the left here. Watch out for rocket launcher man here. Jump past the elevator. Now we're gonna do lava skip. Lava skip can be a little intimidating, but it's really not that bad, I promise. So ordinarily, we'd go through a whole different part of the level to raise these platforms, but we don't need to do that. We can do a jump off of here onto here. And I'm gonna try and explain the safest way to do it. When you're doing these, you always want to be holding down the direction of your directional keys closest to whatever you're trying to stand on. So when you make the jump here, you want to make sure you're holding down A, and when you're got your face against this, you want to hold down W, because if you release it, you'll usually fall into the lava. So, right. So now I'm holding down W to stay on, and what I recommend doing is keep W held down and just loop around into here and then jump off of here. You don't need to be holding down anything when you're standing between the pipes, and you can jump onto here. You can do it a little more smoothly. I haven't practiced this too much just because I like doing it the consistent way. But if you're able to do like another side jump, you can sometimes make it without having to go between the pipes. But it's not, again, it's not something I've practiced a lot. And as you can tell, I'm not doing it too well. So I recommend doing it this way. But I just want you to know the option is there for like a slightly swaggier one. But usually I just do this. Would a rocket jump be possible? Rocket jump doesn't really give you that much boost, to be honest. So you would think like, oh, could you just launch yourself across here? It doesn't really give you very much boost. Like we tried finding other places in the game where rocket jump was useful, but that fence was the only thing that was short enough, it seemed like. Anyway, there's a cutscene here.
It's about time, Sanjuro. A Shogo invasion force is seizing the station.
I think they're after Cotheniel.
We've got to upload that data to the Leviathan and then wipe the system. That will delay them for a while, at least.
Let's bust some heads.
Watch my ass.
My pleasure.
You say the sweetest things. Let's go.
All right, so we're going to run ahead of Korra. Shoot this guy through here. This guy with the rocket launcher sometimes shoots through there. Up ahead, there's a voice line box hanging in the air. Just line yourself against that desk and jump up and you'll hit it. You need to hit that in order to progress. This box here has 200 armor. It's really important. I recommend you get it. Now we're going to have a lot of run and gun. Quick save here because there's a rocket guy around the corner. When you have a chance, you always want to be doing machine gun and then back to assault rifle in order to reload your ammo. And you hit that the optical disc on the ground on the table there in order to proceed to the next part. Head around to the left here, drop down. I'll bet it's going to be an example of me hitting a trigger while facing the other way. So I'm going to hit this trigger by backing into it while also shooting that guy and then backing into this computer.
Pop in the disc, it should auto-run.
Uploading now.
That's it. Now get to the museum. I'll get in touch with my father and try to stall him.
Be careful.
I really missed you, Sanjuro.
So hit the switch again. There's a lot of people who can kill you out here. I usually shoot this guy. There's also the rocket launcher guy who will usually murder you. Although, ideally, you still have a lot of armor, so you're able to safely get past that. And then you're out.
All right, I'm willing to give you one last chance. Either you must incapacitate Gabriel, or I will destroy...
So that was the last big on-foot section of the game. There's one more on-foot level, but it's very, very short. We're pretty much doing mech stuff from here on out.
Welcome to Avernus, Commander. You may approach.
None of the mechs will shoot you in this level unless you shoot them, so just proceed right to the end. We're going to do an intended skip. We're supposed to go into this museum, but we're not going to do that. Instead, we're just going to betray Gabriel immediately. Here, turn around with your pulse rifle, and then shoot a car, and then do a quick save, quick load as soon as you enter the tunnel in order to cancel that cutscene. Here, you want to switch to your bull gut and proceed forward 3 of these arches. So get out, get right next to the arch, look down, and then do a rocket jump like you did it on foot. But the timing is a little different. Wait a little longer, and you'll be good. You can do the rocket jump without taking the damage, but I mean, you can do the rocket jump without quick save, quick load, but I recommend quick save, quick load just because it makes it so that you can have more health going into the end of the game. So jump up onto that roof, and onto here. A note about this surface, don't quick save, quick load on this surface because you will fall through to your death if you load. Jump onto this roof, quick save here, and then use this, jump into this grate as you're going over it, and it'll launch you up onto the roof, and you'll be able to skip an additional portion of the level. And then head to the level. Up here, make sure you stay in vehicle mode, and then rapidly hit crouch, or its default C, and that'll let you drop through the elevator and end the level sooner.
You're getting close. You'll know it when you see it.
Switch your weapon to laser cannon here, and then pick up this extra armor. We're interested in killing this guy for his weapon, so grab that. Oh, did I grab it? No, I didn't. Whoopsies. Hello? Did I have it? Oh, I do. Okay. I didn't see the prompt. So anyway, you got his weapon. Make this jump right here after going over that little hill. Make sure you transform out of vehicle mode to get through that tight area. You can't go through it in vehicle mode. Quick save before here. This guy is a Red Riot, and like 99 out of 100 times he won't kill you, but it happened once to me. Jump over, jump up here. Switch to laser cannon here. And then jump up. Make sure you have the sniper rifle. So the reason I'm not picking these weapons up is because I think earlier I inputted the MPKFA cheat, which gave me all weapons. But make sure you pick up this sniper rifle as well. You're going to need it for one of the end bosses. So come into here, switch open to Red Riot, hit a quick save. You want to start up the firing animation of the Red Riot before you come around the corner. And then there's going to be a ramp, and you're going to shoot the middle of the ramp. And then you want to hide. So I didn't hide quickly enough there.
I think I found it.
Hide in this corner, and then jump back around. Ideally, you'll have killed all 4 of the enemies that had Red Riots, and you'll be able to just walk through. There's 2 enemies here. They're going to come out of this gate, drop down behind them, and end the level.
Shogo scrambled 2 squadrons of Akari fighters. They're attacking the Leviathan. We can handle them. Just get to Gabriel.
All right. This is the last on-foot section. It's a simple boss fight. Pause, unpause,
okay.
hit 8 to pull out your rocket launcher.
It's not a very nice thing to say.
Catherine, I really need to concentrate right now.
Fine. Get yourself killed. See if I care.
This time.
As soon as you gain control, there'll be a box in front of you, and what you want to do is shoot the ground just past the box to the left. So, bam. And he's dead. Cool. Okay. Pause, unpause. Switch to your spider. You remember the spider we picked up earlier outside the gate to Avernus? We're going to use the spider, and then the sniper, and then the bull gut. That's going to be 4, 6, 5. So I already switched to 4. Wait a second, then fire the 2 mines. Sniper, hit the eye, and then bull gut. So I did it too slowly, but we're going to just restart it real quick. If you do it right, I think I waited too long with the spider, but if you do it right, you're able to usually one-cycle this boss without the eye putting the shield back on.
See about that.
So course, in the middle of the tutorial, I can't get it to work right.
Sandro, Shogo dropships are approaching from the southeast. It's a trap.
Great.
Welcome, brother. Let us
If you don't want to do this strat, you can just two-cycle him using the sniper rifle and dual gut.
We'll see about that.
Damn. What a way to end this tutorial. By me being unable to do this thing I'd consistently be able to do.
Great.
Welcome, brother. Let us embrace. You cannot win.
We'll see about that.
Oh, whoops. Wait. There we go. So that's the idea. Put two mines on him, and then hit the eye with the sniper rifle, and then unload with the bull gut. Once you kill Gabriel, turn around and just start laying rockets into this door. The final enemies are on the other side of this door, and as soon as you get to the cutscene, it's time, and you have finished your first speedrun of Shogo Mobile Armor Division. What a video game. Cool.
Okay, I guess. I mean, for a guy.
Well, I had to redo a few things there, but I think that went pretty well. Again, that was the strats for the current speedrun of Shogo Mobile Armor Division. I didn't cover any obsolete strats or background material, really. Just kind of focused on, if you want to play through the game with the current strats, this is what you do. So hopefully that was useful.